There is art all around our Ozarks Life, and a young woman is doing what she can to show the beauty of the delicate ecosystem that calls our area home. Day after day this summer, Sophia Bryan takes her wagon, paint, and creativity to Battlefield Road.
It's, for the most part, very therapeutic.
The Missouri State senior is pretty much a self-taught artist. As a biology major, her muse is nature, but most of her painting is done on canvas. The mural on a fence is quite different.
So it's a big adjustment to be working where you cannot physically see the whole thing at once when you're close up. But in a way, that's been a really fun challenge to sort of break me out of my comfort zone.
Sophia also left her comfort zone applying for a grant from the UK. Drop Dead Generous gives out $500 grants to 1,000 people who want to make their communities a better place. And you guessed it, she was awarded one of them.
Pretty shocked. I mean, you're looking at all the other projects they do, and people are doing these incredible things, helping with food banks and hospitals, these life-changing projects in their communities.
Sophia says the money helped her buy the paint for the project, featuring the brilliance of the ecosystem found in the Ozarks, creeks, rivers, and lakes.
Remembering how important it is to protect the species, the lands, the waterways, all of the resources we have that, of course, our lives impact, right? Like one of my favorites over here is the Ozarks hellbender over there. It's one of my favorite creatures that's part of this that is quite seriously endangered, and they are unique entirely to this area.
This is Sophia's second mural. The first one, this whale on Jefferson, was done to cure boredom during COVID. But during that time, she was diagnosed with something else. Hyperacusis, a sensitivity making loud sounds painfully harsh.
It was difficult to think about what my life would be moving forward if I couldn't handle simple, everyday social situations anymore.
But through practice, exposure therapy, and help from others, Sophia can now stand next to busy traffic for hours a day doing what she loves.
There's no shame in needing the support of others, right? Like there's so much of this desire to be independent, to do it on your own, or to not be a burden. And that's not realistic. That's not, thinking on an ecosystem level. Nothing happens in isolation. We need the support of people around us.
After graduation, Sophia plans to go into ecology or conservation science, and she hopes she can share her art to bridge the gap between the sciences and the public to make the world of science more accessible.